Drupal is a very powerful content management system, and it can be extended using modules, and the theming for it can, the styling and the layout can be put together using Drupal themes. These are both ways that Drupal can be highly configurable. Let's first start off taking a look at Drupal's theming system. So the community may offer up different, what we refer to as base themes. So you may have a bootstrap or a foundation-based theme, and then we may extend that theme specific to your website. There's an advantage to this in the sense that if the community has an update to the base theme for security fixes, new features, or bug fixes, that helps benefit you while not changing the theme that you have for your main website, which is just simply an extension on top of that base theme. There are different settings that may be available for a theme, but this is typically configured by either a developer or a site builder. This is usually something that you wouldn't necessarily mess around with, but I think it's important for you to understand that Drupal's styling and layouts, the templates that it uses, all derive from what settings are put into code in the theming system. The theming system will typically use a combination of the Twig templating system, JavaScript as necessary, and of course CSS. Next, we're going to take a look at modules. Modules are very similar to WordPress plugins. They're just an extension of functionality on a website. Out of the box, Drupal core comes with quite a few modules that are very helpful and oftentimes enabled by default. Others can be enabled as needed for various reasons. We would certainly caution enabling modules without any sort of restraints because it can impact the performance of your website negatively, or there could be potential conflicts for how certain things work. So you really do want to work with a developer and a site builder to pick effective themes for your website as well as effective modules for your website. Now, beyond Drupal core, we also have contributed modules that are available from the community. And from those contributed modules, we have the ability to extend Drupal's functionality even further. If I wanted to integrate with Salesforce, if I wanted to connect to Google Tag Manager, there are modules for that. In those modules, there's typically a configuration page that allows us to configure different settings depending on what's available there. Furthermore, Drupal has the ability to extend in what are called custom modules. So typically a developer may take a look at the community first, because if it's already created, we want to leverage that. If what is available in the community isn't sufficient, we can extend on top of that. So maybe it gets us part of the way there and we just push a little bit further. Maybe a module is for an old version of Drupal and simply needs to be ported, so a developer can help with that. And lastly, in some cases, there's no module whatsoever to do what you need to do. In that case, a Drupal developer will have to create a custom module that doesn't extend anything. It just is a brand new module. We would stress that whenever creating modules and themes, it may be very helpful to consider giving that back to the community for the simple fact that the community has a greater number of resources than, well, just a handful of people. They can help scrutinize functionality, any sort of functionality bugs, and of course, security. So if it's something that would be valuable enough for the community, that would be recommended. However, of course, we recommend not putting anything that's proprietary or private or secure inside of the module. Instead, that can just be a part of a settings page. So that summarizes, in general, the high-level perspective of what Drupal theming is and what Drupal modules are.